Asante, about 6 months ago, you asked the Chief of Staff, Mr. Kofubedu, to prepare me to travel with a board member of the Anglo Gold Ashanti, Edward Enim, to South Africa. You had initiated discussions with the leadership of the multinational organization on some 19th century Asante objects that it had acquired through purchase. Other visits that followed indicated that some of the collection Anglo Gold had were Asante, and indeed of the era of the 1870s and 1900s. They had been taken or acquired from Kumasi, and by 1922, a Swiss art collector of West African art, Joseph Muller, had been part of this collection and had these in his possession. This collection of West African art numbered 350 and of the best goldsmithry in West Africa. The collection became part of the Muller's Barber Museum in Geneva. This whole collection was inherited from the Geneva Museum by Anglo Gold Ashanti in 2000, including the objects from Asante. As it was explained to you, Otumfuo, in your initial discussions with them, that is Anglo Gold, they were all put in Anglo Gold's Gold of African Museum in Cape Town, South Africa, and later transferred to the Jalbert Art Center in Pretoria. It was at the Jalbert Art Center of the University of Pretoria that Edward Enim and I were, that we also, as your team, led the other stakeholders and held final negotiations to bring the 28 of these objects to Kumasi. The objects got in 3 days ago, and the Anglo Gold leadership got in this morning to present to you what you asked for. Some of these objects define the Asante Court tangible heritage. Language staff, swords, palace security locks, rings and necklaces, proverbial gold wings of crocodiles, gold sandals, and others. In other ways, they define chiefship. I would like to express appreciation. We will like to express appreciation to all who helped in this. Star Assurance, which became our official insurers of the objects, and had to find counter reinsurers in the United Kingdom, and did so on gratis. The Reserve Bank of South Africa, which issued the export permit for these objects, and the great Anglo Gold team that is here, and those of West Wing Logistics and DHL that work behind the scenes and are not here. A big appreciation goes to the former president of Ghana, John Kufuor, as well as to DHL. I will now call on Mr. Honorable Edward Enim to introduce the delegation and also to say some few words.
Yo, Otumfuo Chairman, Utemia, no man a buy no, Anglo Gold and Penny for a DHT. Yes, some mobile presentation, no, and maybe your mama. The Tosono Bakune, Mr. Stewart Bailey, on the Chief Sustainability and Corporate Affairs Officer. Dr. Sumiano, Ambassador Basso Sango, Senior Vice President, Group Sustainability. Ena Dr. Sumiasa Erica Supontin, Senior Vice President, African Non-Operated JVs. Your Torso 9, Terry Strong, Senior Vice President, Africa. Your Torso Num, Samuel Boachi Pobi, Managing Director, Anglo Gold Ashanti or Boasi. Now MD or Takwa, you know what Takwa and the number of was. Dr. Senior Emmanuel Pedro, Senior Manager, Sustainability, Africa. And War Edmond, or and also Ebwa, a friend, say, Emmanuel Bedu, a Juma William. And yeah, war a rubber beer. Or while in Anuya, but me name the Crudin to Mr. Papa dinner friend. If any case here in Yan, also Waha. And I'm also it was then in Blossom account one, a buy. To watch him buy a massive account. At this point, no, my invite is still what now, or also the Casa Abato.
Your Majesty, Otumfo Osei Tutu II, His Excellency the President of the Seychelles, Wavel Ramkalawan, His Excellency Prime Minister Dlamini of Eswatini, His Excellency the former President John Kufur, Nana Num, assembled guests, dignitaries, Memawo Maha. Please accept the greetings today from me, from Anglo Gold Ashanti, from our board of directors, from the board of directors of Anglo Gold Ashanti Ghana, including the Honorable Enan, who has just spoken so eloquently, and before him, Nana Otto Shribo II. Thank you. There is a South African saying, or at least a saying that we claim in South Africa, that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. This undertaking that has brought us here today has been an exercise in togetherness, in cooperation and collaboration. And it's been a collaboration with the Manchia Palace under the direction of His Majesty. It's been an undertaking with the expert guidance of Mr. Ajim Dua, who has shown us a deeper way to appreciate items that are not hard to appreciate very deeply. These are amazing, priceless regalia and artifacts that are beautiful to behold, but are also a tremendous testimony to the expert craftsmanship of the Asante man and of the people that forged these artifacts hundreds of years ago right here, likely in Kumasi. It was in 2000, as Mr. Ajim Dua said, that the former management of Anglo Gold, and this is before the company merged with Ashanti in 2004, decided that Europe was no place for these artifacts and they would like to bring them back to Africa. And so they purchased these and brought them and created a museum in Cape Town, which allowed many, many people to view these artifacts on the African continent, many of them for the first time in modern history. It is a deep honor for me today, a personal honor, to be involved in the project that brings these treasures here to Kumasi, where they were forged all those years ago. These pieces are an enduring reminder of the traditional links to gold mining here in this area of Ghana. And again, that testimony to craftsmanship and artisanship that dates back centuries. We are deeply honored and humbled to be part of this important moment in history, to ensure that these cultural treasures are accessible not only to the Ashanti people, but to Ghanaians in general. Today also marks an important step in an ongoing cultural initiative that will continue to reinforce Anglo Gold Ashanti's long-term commitment to the Asantehene, to the Ashanti Kingdom, and to its people, and for our support of the preservation and celebration of such a rich and storied culture. Medasi.
Anniversary, Nana Oto Strebo II, Mahine of Jobin traditional area, leading the delegation from Anglo Gold to present these regalias to His Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu II.
If you are watching us live, we are here at the Manshia Palace celebrating the return of King Prempeh I, the centenary return of King Prempeh I from Exile. Over the past 1 year, beginning from the 6th of February, the planning committee on the 25th anniversary of His Majesty put along programs and events reflecting the legacies of His Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu II. The planning committee 1 year ago, in this year 2024, put up events and programs that reflect the resilience and the heritage of Asante man. Under the chairmanship of Nana Oto Strebo II, the Mayene of Asante Joabin, and the chairman of the Council of States. We had 18-member committee, and that included Berima Safo Chinebo Akodia Kumauma Hene, Nana Efa Apenten, Bompata Manhene, Nana Nsuasi Poku Achiman III, Otumfuo Achiamehene, Achafo Asafo Boache Ajiman Bonsu, Akwamuhene, Oheba Boache Ajay Wahine the second, Otumfuo Hiahine, Nanansa Aduba the second, Yamfo Hene, Barima Ochiabo Amankwa Adunai the second, Kontinase Hene, Nana Ajay Koko Tachifri Beye Man, Tiobodon Man Hene, Okabachie Amoa Atru Nkonkonchia the second, Japekrum Hine, Nana Ajekuma Difie the second, Mampo Hima, Nana Jobin Afakuma Kusi Uduadum Agogo Hima, Mr. Kofi Badu, the Chief of Staff, Manshia Palace, Mr. N.S. Sahine, Head of Protocol. Remarkable organizational skills. Today we are here celebrating the 100th anniversary of the return of King Prempeh to the Golden Kingdom. We'd like to say a big thank you for your hard work and for your creativity and innovations.
We would like to acknowledge everyone who made it possible to have these artifacts brought back home to Asante man. If you were part of this process, we say Onyankupo Enshraw onto one pandem Nadia Obeyebia so Enye Asante man Edamasi.
Your Majesty, as I indicated earlier on the 3rd of November 2023, His Majesty King Nsuafi III appointed him as the Prime Minister of Eswatini, formerly Swaziland. The following day, he officially assumed office. And prior to his appointment as Prime Minister, he served as the Chief Executive Officer of the Eswatini National Disaster Management Agency, where he was instrumental in coordinating responses to national emergencies. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Prime Minister of Eswatini, His Excellency Russell Miso Dlamini.
Nana, what's the way the wow, no, Asante? What a share so good, so let me at the apple one. Lady, wow, Nana, Amen. One more would buy and the business on our profono. Profono would buy. Thank you very much.
Your Majesty, Otumfu Osei Tutu II, the Asante Hene, Her Majesty Nana Konadu Yadom III, Queen of the Asante Kingdom, Your Excellency Wavel Bamkalawan, President of the Republic of Seychelles, Honorable Shelley Boshel, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Your Excellencies John Kufuor, former President of the Republic of Ghana, Your Excellencies, Ambassadors, members of the Diplomatic Corps, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I have the privilege and responsibility to deliver these remarks on behalf of His Majesty King Mswati III, King of the Kingdom of Eswatini. Allow me to begin these remarks with a message of regret from His Majesty at being unable to be with us here due to long-standing annual commitments. His Majesty King Mswati III, the Queen Mother, the government and the people of Eswatini would like to convey their best wishes to His Majesty Otumfu Osei Tutu II, the Asante Hene, and the people of Asante as we celebrate 100 years of the return of Nana Akiema Prempeh I, the Asante Hene, from his period of exile in the Seychelles. Today, we not just celebrate the return of a leader, but we celebrate the resilience and strength of the Asante people. Nana Prempeh I was not just a king, but a symbol of unity and perseverance. His journey has taught us that even in the face of adversity, we must hold on to our identity, our values, and our dreams. His return signified a new chapter of the Asante Kingdom, a time of rebuilding, strengthening bonds, and embracing the future with courage. Your Majesty, it has been 9 years since His Majesty Otumfu Osei Tutu II, the Asante Hene, visited the Kingdom of Eswatini. His Majesty King Mswati III has fond memories of the visit by the Asante Hene. During his visit, the two monarchs resolved to strengthen relationships between the two kingdoms and countries. They agreed to frequent reciprocal visits. However, Ghana has had up to date not received between our two nations today, as we celebrate not just the history that binds us, but the bright future we are creating together. Our countries have faced challenges and triumphs, yet through it all, our friendship has stood the test of time. This partnership is rooted in shared values of respect, equality, and commitment to uplift our people. Ghana and Eswatini have much to learn from one another, from our rich cultural heritages to our vibrant traditions. We share a commitment to fostering peace, stability, and prosperity. Our collaboration in various sectors such as trade, education, health, culture, and sports has already made significant strides, and there's still so much more to harness. Your Majesty, I'd like to express my appreciation for the warm welcome and hospitality that you have extended to me. Their Royal Highnesses that we are with here today, and my delegation during our stay here in Kumasi. We wish you continued prosperity and success as you lead the people of Asante to greater heights. I thank you.
Your Majesty, King Utumfo Nana Osei Tutu II, Her Majesty the Queen Mother, Your Royal Highness Lady Julia Osei Tutu, Your Excellency Mr. Russell Dlamini, Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Eswatini, Mrs. Shirley Botchway, incoming Secretary General of the Commonwealth, former President, Your Excellency Mr. John Kufuor, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed an honor and a pleasure for me to be here today. I bring greetings with me from the people of the Republic of Seychelles to the people of the Kingdom of Eswatini. Asante, sorry. Let me express my sincere appreciation to Your Majesty and to the people of the Asante for the warm welcome and gracious hospitality that the First Lady and I, as well as my whole delegation, have received since our arrival in Kumasi. I take note that the year 2024 is an important one for the people of the Asante. Not only is the kingdom commemorating the 100 years anniversary of the return of King Prempeh I from exile in Seychelles, but 2024 is also the 150th anniversary of the Third Anglo-Asante War of 1874. Your Majesty, this year you are also commemorating the Silver Jubilee of your installment. On behalf of the people of the Republic of Seychelles and on my own behalf, I would like to congratulate Your Majesty on your Silver Jubilee. Your Majesty, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Seychelles and Ghana formally established diplomatic relations in October 1988. But historically, the bonds of friendship between the two countries can be traced back to the exile of the late King Prempeh I to Seychelles from 1900 to 1924. It was indeed an honor, though sad, for us in the Seychelles to receive your great king, a man of peace, a man of dignity, a man who showed respect to our people and in return received the full respect and love of the Seychelles. So through his presence in the Seychelles, these bonds were established, and today we are very close as two peoples. You from the Atlantic shores and us from the Indian Ocean, and yet we are one. Your Majesty, I am pleased that I could be here. For me, this visit is not only one to partake in the celebrations of the return of King Prempeh, the first from exile, but it is also giving me the opportunity to better understand the Asante people, your culture, your history. Through this, I will be able to better understand the late King Prempeh I, the man he was, and the sacrifices he made for his people and for his kingdom. For me, therefore, the commemorating is also a time of reflection of the past, but also of the future. Seychelles and Ghana have a long history of cooperation in the cultural field. This is mainly due to the historical connection between the Asante people and the people of Seychelles. Yesterday, I was honored to be in the presence of the descendants of the king, and how much they look like our Seychellois nation. We have Seychellois living here in Ghana who were born in Seychelles or whose grandparents were born in Seychelles. And we also have descendants of the Asante in the Seychelles. What better way to unite our people? Earlier this week, as part of my official visit, the Memorandum of Understanding in Cultural Cooperation was signed between Seychelles and Ghana. I am confident that through this MOU, the Seychelles National Institute of Culture, Heritage and the Arts will continue to work closely with representatives from the Ashanti Kingdom to further explore other collaborations possible in this field. And here, Your Majesty, I would like us to go further. And this morning, I had a long conversation with the Member of Parliament from the very constituency where King Prempeh I lived during his exile. I believe we should look to twin the district and Kumasi. This will further reinforce our cultural ties, and this will also allow citizens from Kumasi to come to the Seychelles, and for those from Seychelles to come here to explore the rich diversity of our culture. I am pleased that the Seychelles National Institute of Culture, Heritage and the Arts was able to work closely with Mr. Kwame Akwa, our honorary consul in Ghana, and from representatives from the Kingdom of Asante in organizing an exhibition in Seychelles recently commemorating the 100th year celebration of the return of King Krempe I from exile. But we are not stopping there. We will also be turning the very chapel in which King Krempe I received the sacrament of Holy Communion and confirmation into a museum. This has already been accepted. I've already signed the papers, and again, the presence of King Krempe I will continue to live on. To further the legacy of King Krempe I, the project has already started. Therefore, today, Your Majesty, I want to say thank you very much to the warm welcome we have received in your kingdom. And I want to wish you continued prosperity, long life, good health, wisdom as you continue to lead your people. We stand by your side, and I look forward to once again welcoming Your Majesty and the First Lady to the Seychelles. Thank you very much.
That Your Excellency, the ornaments looted several years ago and back home. And these are testimonies of the creativity and the innovations of our forefathers. And the Kumase
Asante Hema so go mwadi nina wa haya deba.
If you were had a tree, now say so sweet dear chinty, and to Pamsanka. Let's not do what they are brown. I want to be Makwa. Obaya and some who do it Nara. I don't know the Revetcha or Naka Kardum. I don't know, Naima dear Cajon, Obama dear, Naima Boma dear, and now I don't know, no Santa Mines Obama dear. I don't know, Champion dear, no Rabbit Chow, I don't know.
trumpets is the Manshia Royal Dancers. Displaying the front. Asante believe in vibrant colors.
On behalf of the team for the Asante, I have the honor to make a small presentation to you. You have just said that you are going to open a private museum in Seychelles. And we look forward to coming to help you officially open the museum. But the gift that we are going to give you today, I hope you have placed in the cornerstone of the meeting. It is the Asante stool. It is the stool as an utilitarian object. It's for sitting on and for giving you reports. However, within our cultural context, it connotes the spirit of the nation. The golden stool is that which encapsulates the spirit of the whole of Asante. And that is why when you touch the golden stool, you are touched. And that is why when the body of Asante was taken away, the golden stool to the kingdom still stays in place. Because the person they die, the stool doesn't die. So we are trying to define or by giving you access to the build up of social need, which is about 200 years, without going back. It's involved with the emblem of the king, which is called the Seychelles. This is called the Seychelles. The Seychelles is the beautiful thing, the symbol that you are going to do war when you look at the market, you are doing the relationship with the government of the country. So this is the emblem which is clearly reserved for the king. And when the king gives it to the bottom of the highest gift that can come out of the relationship. So the bond of affection and the level of and also the free of administration. So without you, maybe I don't know about the union. So we are very grateful to you. This will be a memento of your position. And we hope that I have the last day in the last.
Thank you very, very much. And rest assured, this will be a treasured gift. And Seychelles is very happy, very proud for the role we played in the history of the Asante. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Female empowerment. And that is why we have elected the King of Mampong, who is the second command to adorn you with this cross with a special gift from the two for to your good service.
Yes. I don't recognize her anymore.
I think with this we'll give you an Asante name. Today is a Saturday, so we call Amma, the female born on a Saturday. And we call Amma Asante, God of the Asante, who died in the day. So from today, we are no longer in that but Amma Asante. Yes.
Does that mean she's divorced?
It's just a name.
Just the name.
It doesn't take away please.
Thank you so much, Your Majesty, and thank you very much to the people of the Asante. Thank you so much. We need to go to the king and say thank you. Is that
We have two more. We picked a few words of Swahili. Now, we also have something for you, Mr. Prime Minister. We are looking forward to the king coming to visit us. However, since you have come and since you are taking so brilliantly and you have come to ensure that this ceremony goes on very, very well, we have a small gift for you. This is the apple which my brother will help you to put on. Without having to take off this one. But see, the beauty of this is that, both parties and when you put on a repair our shoulder, it may be left or it may be right. But it shows that we have nothing hidden under our armpit. We call it. So it shows our purity of intention and our action. So I help you to put this on and then okay. I'll have you come forward. Okay. Yes. Oh, no. That's fine. Yes. This one here. Okay, like this. Thank you. So we'll take a picture. Thank you. You say that only to the king. To the king.
Your Excellencies, not too long ago, you had a handshake with the great granddaughter of the legendary Nana Ya Santewa, the great mother of Exile. Now the great granddaughter is now the great mother of the legendary Ya Santewa area called Exile. The legendary Ya Santewa is noted for her bravery, her resilience, and the fighting spirit of the Asante people. She was also exiled in 1900 to Seychelles. I need to remind you that the former Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, His Excellency John Ajakum Kufuor, is still here. And he has the capacity to still do what he does best. Majesty Utumfo Osei-Tutu II. The journey that began on the seas of February technology, and that was followed by another Kutukure Ndaba on the 8th of February 2024, and on the 30th of March, we had a massive cleanup exercise across all the traditional areas of Asante land. In April, the 15th of April, we commenced the photo exhibition here at the Mashia Palace. And we launched the 24 STEM Festival here at the Mashia Palace. The Asante Great Mother's Day here at the Mashia Palace was hosted by Honorable Stacy Amwati. And on the 24th of April, we had the Ahuho of Deba, who celebrated the ethnic groups residing in Asante. On the 13th of April, in the evening, we had fireworks at multiple locations, including the Cultural Center, Heroes Park, Machia, Tafo, Jubilee Park, Abuabo Church Service.
Yes, and tomorrow at 9 a.m. we will all gather at St. Stephen's Anglican Church to fellowship with the King as we celebrate the goodness of the Lord. If you have been here today, you have been part of history in the making, and I would say this will go a long way to be in our memories drive as one of the best days of our lives. I want to say a very big thank you to everyone who made it a
commemorating the 100th anniversary of the return of King Prempeh the First from Seychelles. In 1900, our proud king, our brave queen,
was exiled to Seychelles by the British. He stayed in Seychelles, leading to events leading to his exile, his legacies in Seychelles, and his return. Wherever you are, the king will be here as we close for the day. On behalf of the planning committee, under the chairmanship of
Thank you.